Good morning. How are you doing? I know. Also, I did not think about how to get these on my head. With like 2 pounds of hair added to my head. Welcome to the classiest place on earth. Good morning, and welcome to the last stream before I leave for like over a week. Don't freak out when I go dark. There's no reception and no internet. And it's kind of magical. Wait, Rodbert, what did you type? The dancing dogs? Something showed up on my timeline. It's real and it's hilarious. They actually got certain networks to put their ad on live television. I take it some intern didn't bother to actually check. Or they're trolling like it has uses. What is it? Dude, it's so much hair, Crispy. I actually tied it up. So it goes around like that. And then I've got these big old buns in. It's 2 braids. Yeah, they go to like here. But I tied it up to sleep on it. It's so weird getting these on. I tied it up to sleep. I literally had to I put my protective hair into a protective hairstyle. Just to try to get it to last. But yeah, it's in these huge fucking space buns that I pinned onto my head. Stays pretty well though. I slept in it. This is literally how I woke up. Like, that's how hardcore these are in. I slept on this, woke up, that's it. Woke up like that. Extra protection, literally, yeah. Extra protection for the hair, because it's long. It's really long. It's so weird. I forgot what it's like to have hair, like, touch you. And on my drive home from getting the braids done yesterday, it tickled the middle of it literally, they're almost to my ass crack, like the top of my ass crack, and the hair tickled my lower spine, and I thought there was a bug on me. I almost crashed my car. I forgot what it's like to have hair that just touches you all over. It's weird. No, my scalp actually feels fine. The only thing that's weird is trying to sleep with the buns in. Like, I'm gonna have to try to make the buns closer to the back, because I can't quite lay on the side of my head. I kind of have to lay face down. But no, it doesn't feel too bad because I don't know. It's heavy. Like, I definitely feel the weight of it. And it's rocked on there, but like it doesn't feel like weight. I don't know. I've had braids before and it fucking hurt like hell. Like I was telling you guys yesterday when I was in high school, there was a girl on my on all my teams, let's be real, because small school, we all did all sports. But on the bus rides to games, because we lived in the middle of nowhere, every basketball game that was like an away game was a 2 to 3 hour drive at least. Like we often stayed the night wherever we went to do away games. It was crazy. And she would braid our hair. She would do braids in our hair on the bus because it was like hours. And dude, she'd do like the itty bitty little braids, like starting here in like a starburst back. That shit would make your scalp bleed. Like her braids were so fucking tight. It was crazy. It kind of does. I know, the buns. That's how I had to sleep in it. Tie it up. Because otherwise, I mean, it's so long. It's pretty, like, it gets in my way. But it's pretty and it's fun and it's got my hair out of my face. Like, I've talked about what it's like going to Burning Man with natural hair. It's not a fun time. I wouldn't do it again. Never. Like, ever. It was like, I was telling the braid girl about it. I was like, last year I went without braids and I shit you not, by day 2, I couldn't get my hair past an inch of I couldn't like put my hand in my hair and get it past an inch away from my scalp because it was just so tangly. Thank you, Najil, you generous fuck. I need to grind weed and load a bowl. Cheers, love, and thank you. Coffee cheers. Oh, thank you. No, honestly, so that's what I was talking about last night when I was asking for like suggestions. So because Burning Man is like 24/7, it never stops. Like it's literally 24/7. It's just constant. I remember from last year that like even if you're at your camp and you're far away from like the partying and the art and all that, pretty much 24/7. When you wake up in the morning and when you go to sleep, you're gonna hear 24 fucking 7. It never stops. Because for some reason, everyone out there playing music feels like EDM is a great idea. But when you don't have a sound stage or a room for EDM to like bounce in, it doesn't sound good. EDM sounds fucking horrible in a desert. Like there's nothing for it. It sounds like flat. like trying to listen to it on an old radio or something. It just sounds really bad. And that is constant. It's nonstop. So what I do is I hang my iPad on one of my seats in my Jeep and I fall asleep to a show. And that helps drown out the all night long. So I was asking for suggestions on shows. It's just shit to go to sleep to. It's not even shit to watch or pay attention to. It's just to drown out sound so I can go to sleep with a different sound. Because I'm just not used to going to sleep to all the time. It's nonstop. And it's interesting because, like, I didn't even know that before I went out there. I didn't even think about it. But music needs walls to bounce off of. It kind of just needs that. Like, you know, most music is designed to either be heard in a room or in your headphones, not in like an open, flat desert. And when there's nothing for the sound to bounce off of, it just ends up this weird cacophony of constantly. So a lot of camps out there that are music camps, like that's what they do, that's their gift. They actually construct like buildings to play the music in, which is nice because it's also not like blaring in your ears out of someone's car. But you have like a sound stage. I don't know how else to put that. That's a word they use for like headphones, sound stage. But it's essentially where the sound is bouncing off and how it's being received in your head. Headphones and have the ASMR on, yeah. Which is why I don't understand why EDM artists perform at places like Red Rocks or Coachella. They must seriously crank those sound systems. So Red Rocks kind of makes sense. The way Red Rocks is, and I understand anyone else, Red Rocks, I didn't until I went. Red Rocks works because what they did is they literally carved into the mountain the seating. So when you're sitting, yeah, it's a natural amphitheater. That's a really good way of putting it. Thank you, Rod. They carved the seating into it, so you're literally surrounded by the jutting red rocks. Like, literally half the shows I go to, they actually project laser shows onto the red rocks that are surrounding you because they carved into the red rocks. So you're kind of in it. And then, so you're on the mountain, you're seated here, and the stage is down here playing music up into that. And it just, I mean, it's one of the best sound stages I've ever heard, seriously. Red Rocks is great. It's a fucking nightmare to get to. Accessibility doesn't exist, but it sounds really good. And it's the natural amphitheater of it because they built it into the rocks. But anything else, an open stage, I don't get it either. You're not hearing it. You're not really hearing very good music. The Lord of the Rings trilogy cured my insomnia back in the day, so it's great background sleeping. I totally get that. I usually put on shows like Big Bang Theory or Parks and Rec, something I've seen a million times and I don't need to pay attention to. Something like that. Lord of the Rings would probably be good. Odd question. That Ziploc like weed bag. I don't know if they're the same as we got in Quebec, but ours are freaking impossible. No, they're horrible. The stupid child safe shit is hold on. Is it like this? So you've got one opening like that that's like, you've got to slide your finger into the secret hole on the side and then do that. Yes. Hate it. This is what kills me, Poop Deck, is I understand it's child safety. It's supposed to be child-proof. What child can't do this? Like, you're just making it a nightmare for us stoners. I understand wanting to make things child safe, but kids can I do this half the time because I can't get it open. And then I just put it in something else. So many, wait. EDM there is amazing. It really is. But it's unique in that, like, it shouldn't work out. So many metal music videos are set in the desert, yet no one plays metal in the desert. Why would you? You're in the desert on a horse with no name. We literally teach scissor use in kindergarten, right? Yeah. Like nail clippers, scissors. If a kid wants to get into the stinky ass bag, they're going to get into the stinky ass bag. Like it's like a false sense of security, I feel like. Like I'm being very, very serious. If you smoke weed and you have kids around the house and you don't want them to get into your weed, don't leave your weed out around the house. Right? Doesn't that, like, you wouldn't leave booze sitting out around your kids. You can put your weed in there. How are powering those instruments in the desert in those, what do you mean? Powering the instruments, what? Oh, the metal instruments. Those are my favorite music videos when nothing's plugged in. Like, you see all these electric guitars and shit, and nothing has a cord coming off it. I'm like, what's happening? What are you doing? What's being played right now? Unpopular opinion, I've never liked the song Horse with No Name. That's okay. It's not like the most astounding song in the entire world. To be honest, I don't know why anyone would be like, yeah, that's my favorite. VR, I have no idea if we can. I actually did restart my PC though, because remember yesterday it was being really weird? And actually I asked Zach this morning and he said his has been being weird too. So I think it's a cloud, the Cloudflare, whatever the fuck, something with the internet. But yeah, I restarted it and did like the stupid Windows update that it required and whatnot, so we can try. I haven't had a problem this morning yet. Fingers crossed. I'm always willing to give it a try. Yeah, yesterday things literally would just load halfway. It was so bizarre. Like, you saw it, I showed you guys, and it never loaded all the way. I left it. It would just load to this, like, gray screen. I don't know, it was really, and then, oh my god. Hold on, I want to try something. My scenes on OBS were fucked up, too. Oh my god, it stayed. I think this is the first time I've ever switched over to this scene and not had to change anything. It fucking stayed. Cheers. Spiritual cheers to the Satans. Oh my god. This is a fucking miracle. Cheers. That's a miracle. Yeah, it was so fucked up yesterday and I have no idea why. Mike, do you know when they started doing that? When they started being able to do, like, wireless guitars with a receiver and shit? Because I remember that, like, mild transition, but I don't quite remember when it happened. I bet I could make this bigger. Or should I just leave it? I should just leave it. It's working. I should just leave it. I was gonna fuck with the layout. I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna leave it. It's fine. Don't fuck with shit when it's not broken, Katie. It's fine. It's working. Just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Oh my god. Okay. Those are fabulous. I only have one duck in my life, but I feel like I might need a ghost duck. That's beautiful. Goddamn. I'm a bit worried and sad today. My Void Boy's having jumping issues, and he's getting older. He's 9 now. Oh, baby. He might have just pulled something, though. I mean, if it's just something that's come out of nowhere, he literally might have just pulled a muscle or something. Boo. I hate that. I mean, that's fucking Lilith. I deal with Lilith's leg all the time. It sucks. I'm sorry. I hope it's just a sprain or a pull or something. Not serious. No, those are fantastic. I don't know if you know, I learned this recently in my life. It's a Jeep thing. I guess Jeep, like, if, like, people will just leave a duck on your Jeep. I don't know how to explain, that's literally it. That's all I understand about it. I guess if you have a Jeep, people will duck you, i.e., put a duck on your Jeep. I've only ever been ducked once. Medically speaking. I have not been ducked, but honestly, I don't leave the house. Yeah, it's just rubber ducks, like, of any kind. I don't know why. I have no idea what the fuck a rubber duck has to do with the Jeep. There's like a Jeep cult out there I'm not part of and I don't understand. But I have a Jeep. Like, I'm part of it. I'm without knowing. There's like a Jeep cult I just don't understand. If it was an actual duck, I don't know what I would do. I know, I want the lore. Like, what is it? Is it... Because, like, Jeeps, I mean, there's a whole thing. So, like, Jeep owners, they have, like, groups and events where, like, they'll go crowd a beach in Florida and only Jeeps are allowed on the beach. Things like that I just want nothing to do with because people, places, and things. Least favorite things are those. But also this, like, there's a culture of if you pass a Jeep, you have to do And I never do it, and I get it all the time, and I forget until they're passed, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm the asshole Jeep person that doesn't understand. I've just had a fantasy my whole fucking life to own a Jeep. Missy Elliott was my hero. Who's got the keys to the Jeep? Vroom vroom. Me. Now. Forever. I've just always wanted one. But there's like this thing, like, that's the Jeep wave. So if you ever see a Jeep with like a peace sign hand on the back window, that's a Jeep thing that I've learned. Also the ducks. You'll find Jeeps that just have like fucking dashboards covered in ducks. I just wanted a Jeep because they're awesome and they can go anywhere. I don't know. I was unaware of this cult of Jeep. The duck. Oh my god, shut up, Sexland. Is that actually the history of it? Is this the lore? Oh, shut the fuck up. Oh my god, is this scene gonna work? Holy shit. Everything's working today. It's a fucking miracle. What in the duck is Jeep ducking? The craze sweeping across the worldwide Jeep. This is literally from this year. This is fantastic. The act of placing a rubber duck on someone else's Jeep, called Jeep ducking or Duck Duck Jeep, began with one person named Allison Parliament. Parliament? From a small town in Canadian province. Of course, it's Canada. Why wouldn't it be a goose? Okay, real talk. Pat, where are you? Why isn't it a goose? Allison's reason for perching a little yellow duck on a Jeep Wrangler just like hers that she saw in a parking lot was simply to bring herself a small sense of joy after a frightening verbal and physical encounter with someone earlier that day. Jesus. 2 years later, that single gesture has morphed into the Jeep ducking craze that has swept throughout the Jeep enthusiast community in the United States as well as in nearly a dozen other countries around the world. Allison Parliament passed away in June, according to the various reports and a posting on her official Duck Duck Jeep website. That's sad. She brought joy to countless people through her efforts, and the Jeep ducking movement she started will no doubt continue on as Parliament's legacy. That's not a Jeep. Oh, Mini. Okay, Mini Cooper's duck as well. I guess if you have a Mini, you can duck. But this is like the ducking. This is how I got my duck. It was left on my Jeep. But I don't want to leave it in my Jeep because it'll literally melt. It's so hot outside. What up, BDO? How are you, love? Good morning. Geese, but it's Canadian geese. Don't you guys like worship them? I do. I respect Canadian geese. They scare the shit out of me. Kind of knives, yeah. A friend of mine has a Jeep and very into the Jeep wave, and that's it, right? There's no solidarity in wanting a certain vehicle. I don't know. I think some people, you know what? It's just a case of people want community, right? People do weird. It's the same reason why someone will buy a handbag for $5,000 because it tells other people with those handbags that they have something in common and we can be friends. Look, we both spent $5,000 on a handbag. I don't know. It's probably that. I just already have my community, so I don't need to hang out with Jeep people. I just wanted a Jeep. How common are rubber geese? They should be more common. I wonder if, like, we knew about the explosive corkscrew penises and all the duck necrophilia before we, like, made them into, like, the quintessential child's toy in a bath. Do you think we did? Like, there's an evolutionary war raging inside of these little creatures, and we made them into this cute little, like, fucking bathtub toy. It's kind of interesting. Geese are mean fuckers. Ducks are chill. Ducks, I mean, I'm not kidding you. Ducks have, this is real facts. They have the highest instances of rape in their species, and the only recorded, like, regular acts of necrophilia is ducks. So, like, yeah, geese hiss at you and shit, but are they killing each other to have sex? Because ducks do. I don't know. They're not Canadian geese. They're Canada geese, named after a man with the last name Canada. Wait, is that real? Or are you fucking with me? We have not finished additional Goose Game. Nope, I want to do it when I get back from Burning Man. I didn't really want to start anything new this week because I knew it was going to be absolute chaos with me and Zach, like, getting ready for Burning Man and packing constantly, and stream was going to be all over the place. So I didn't want to start anything new because I figure it's going to be the whole game again, right? And that took me like 2 days. So I figure I don't want to dive into anything new. I just want to hang and be normal and relax with my giant buns. Feels like I have rocks on my head. Ducks are hella ducked up. That's 100% real. I had no idea. They are Canada geese. Wow. What? They're Canada geese, not Canadian. Really? I didn't know that. They're just called a Canada goose, and literally they were named after someone with the last name Canada. What does Canada mean? Why is that word a word? Is that a stupid... I literally lived most of my life like 10 minutes from the border. I'm genuinely curious now if anybody knows. I could Google this, but like, I've never even thought about it. Is anyone... Well, normal's subjective. That's subjective. Penguins are also pretty bad. Dead penguins, rocks, baby seals, anything fair game to them. Jesus. Birds are wild. Like, literally wild. There's a regular goose herd around here that will shit all over the walking trail. People just run by. It's so... Oh, dude, Tetch. That's every park in Washington State. I swear to God. Like, I see people sitting in blankets on the beach, and I'm like, dude, you're literally... there's no fucking way you're not sitting in shit. The geese, just, I mean, you know, if you live around geese, the trails and the beach, every 5 inches is a giant steaming pile of goose shit. It's fucking disgusting. They poop so much. Oh my God. Hold on, we're gonna learn Canada goose. No shit. So it literally, so Wikipedia says sometimes called the Canadian goose, not saying that's correct. Oh, no, it wasn't named by someone named Canada. It's cool. We're being corrected. We're learning together. The Canada goose was one of the many species described by Carl Linnaeus in his 18th century work Systema Natura. Or Systemae Naturae. I don't know. It belongs to the... whatever, blah, blah, blah. Oh, it belongs to the Bronta genus of geese, which contains species with largely black plumage, distinguishing them from the gray species of the genus Anser. Bronta was a Latinized form of the Old Norse brandagas, burnt black goose. Literally, it means burnt black goose. And the specific epithet canadensis is a Neo-Latin word meaning from Canada. But what does Canada mean? Listen to this, excellent. You love it. According to the Oxford English Dictionary, the first citation of the Canada goose dates back to 1772. The Canada goose is also colloquially, why am I hard? Hold on. Why is that so hard to say? Colloquially. There we go. Colloquially. Wow. Cloaca. You know what? I'm not doing it again. Referred to as the Canadian goose. This name annoys many birders. Whatever the fuck a birder is. Colloquially. Wow, why is that so hard for my mouth? Colloquially. I did. Oh God, purple burglar alarm. No, I found it. It's horror. Horror. Why can't I get a second syllable in the other one? Horror. No, when I say I like horror movies, people are like, you like horror movies, Katie? Because I got made fun of for my accent, so my brain tried to change it from horror to horror. But when I say horror, apparently I don't get another syllable in there, so it just sounds like I'm talking about porn. Horror movies. I love me some horror! Like your mother's pussy. Horrier. Aaron. I said something last night and Zach made fun of me too, man. It's so weird living somewhere where people don't speak like you. I've just never done it before. What did I say? Oh, I don't know what I was even talking about. I said something can suck my butthole. And he was like, I love the way you say butthole. You don't say the T's in it. Butthole. Butthole. Why am I so broken? Okay, so here it is. Chronicle, thank you. Google got this for me. The name Canada likely comes from the Huron-Iroquois word. I did a report on the Iroquois when I was a kid. Kanata, meaning village or settlement. No shit! In 1535, the Aboriginal youth told French explorer Jacques Cartier about the route to Kanata. They were actually referred to the village of Stadacona, the site of the present-day city of Quebec. That's fascinating. I had no idea. We've all learned today. I really didn't know where the word Canada came from. That's cool. Is that how people in California say it? The T? Okay, is it, so I'm not broken? Is that butthole? But, it's here, butthole. 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 It still sounds like butthole. Come on. I'm so glad. He pointed that out last night and he just started laughing and I'm like, well, it's a Baltimore thing. Baltimore. I was told that when I moved away from Baltimore that apparently a defining feature of the way we speak is we leave out all the hard syllables in the middle. This is what someone told me. If I was to say I'm going to go to the store. A normal person, I'm going to go to the store. I'm going to go to the store. Apparently that's an East, maybe it's a coast thing. Maybe on the coast we're just losing it. We're losing all the middle. We've said fuck it to the middle words. We have shit to do. Get the fuck out of my way. Santa Ana, Santa Cruz. Oh my God, you're right. I never thought about it. We just completely leave out the T's. We do not enunciate the T's in anything. Is it a coastal thing or are we broke? What do we do? The most common alternative theory suggested when the name originated when Portuguese or Spanish explorers, having explored the northern part of the continent and unable to find gold and silver, wrote nada, nothing here. Shut the fuck up. In Portuguese, Acanada, Aquinada, or El Cabo de Nada, Cape Nothing in Spanish, on that part. Oh my God, I wonder which one it is. Both of those sound like they could absolutely be legit. An alternative explanation favored by philologist. Philologist? What's a philologist? Marshall Elliott linked the name to the Spanish word Canada, meaning glen or valley. That's fascinating. I had no idea. That's really cool. The Baltimore Hun. Yeah. Did you know that there's a bitch in Baltimore who tried to trademark the word Hun? She has a restaurant with a giant pink flamingo on it. And she tried to trademark Hun. Hun. H-O-N. She's like enemy number one in that city and still has a restaurant. It's crazy. Every time I see people eating in there, I'm like, they must be like tourists or something because they don't get it. Like this Hun is like, it's a colloquialism. It's just a weird verbiage that we use instead of honey or hun. Hun. Going up to Howard County, Hun. I was told that if you want to talk with a Baltimore accent, just smile. And say everything like you're smiling. I'm going to go to the store. And I'm going to get some flares, and I'm going to put them in the water. I don't know if that's real, but I've heard that. Because it eliminates all the T's. We don't have any T's, we just Baltimore. Balmer. I've heard people say Balmer even, man. That shit gets short. Wooder. I know, Wooder gets me in trouble. Sauce. I get made fun of for sauce a lot. Have my morning bond. Good morning, Gloom. How are you, love? Oh, no, you got the sad. I hate having a case of the sads. Mountain. Wait, but how does someone else say that word, sex? It's Monterey. Oh, no! I have never realized how much I've just eliminated T's. Do I even say it when I say my name? Katie. Yeah, I do. We're making fun of all accent skills. What we're realizing is it's not just an East Coast thing. So, last night, I don't remember why or what I was talking about, but I said butthole, and Zach started laughing, and he's like, I love the way you say butthole. You say butthole. And I was like, I do what? And then I realized I quite literally don't do T's anymore. Butthole. It's back here. Butthole. It's my butthole. And Sex is saying that's Californian, like Santa Cruz, mountain, drawling. I think it might be a coastal thing. I think we might have fucked ourselves up. We just in too much of a rush. A bottle of water. A bottle of water. I can say it normal. I've taught myself now. I got made fun of. I don't have an accent. Fuck y'all. I didn't know I had one until I started streaming. And then I got fucked up. Sea geese population in New York, 2005, 161K, 2011, 240K, 2019. What? Holy shit, why are there so many geese? Did they just breed to death? What the fuck? Sacramento. I've never. Sacramento. Baltimore. I hate that. Aaron earned an iron urn. I can't say that either. What did you do on Steam? Check my Steam. Okay, hold on. I restarted all my PCs today because of that weird shit that was going on yesterday. Let me see. What have you done? What happened on Steam? I have to load it up. Give it a second. I'm from Michigan. We don't have an accent here. Do you guys not have like the Midwestern, like, I don't mean like just from this state, but it's the state that I hear pronounced with the accent, the Wisconsin. Everything's kind of up here. I feel like that's very Midwestern. No, not at all. Really. I don't know. I'm genuinely asking. I don't know how far the accents go. I haven't been there. So like I don't mean to be offensive. I just haven't been. Genuinely. I'd love to see the Great Lakes someday. That's a goal of mine. I would love to. I've learned so much about them through you guys. Like they just seem like such a fucking alien thing. I've never even been on the Canadian side of them. I've never seen them. Oh my god, knives. Did you get me indica? Shut the fuck up. Nipples? So Knives got me the game Indica, which has been on my wish list forever and looks like a really good horror game. Thank you. The gift message. Nipples, I guess. Nipples, I guess. No, I think that's appropriate. What else does one put? I hope there's nipples. My husband has a thing where he replaces the word so for the word for. Instead of saying, let's do it this way so it'll be easier, he'll say, let's do it this way for it'll be easier. Oh my god, like Old English? Well, it's because you're around people who speak like he writes excellent, or no one's pointed it out. Like, I've just never had anyone point out how I speak funny. And I also, like, I don't have, it's not an accent, but I have this, I pronounce words really wrong sometimes because I just grew up reading with no one to ask how to pronounce words. So, like, for years, I pronounced epitome. Until, I'm not kidding you, it was stream. I started streaming and said, it's the epitome of, and someone was like, the what? I was like, the epitome. It's the epitome of it. And they were like, the epitome, Katie? A lot of words like that just, didn't have anyone ask, read a lot. What are you going to do? Man, thank you for teaching me. But I still have to, like, when I think that word, I have to stumble on it and be like, don't say epitome. I have to tell myself that every single time because I'm so accustomed to it. But that's fucking phonetic. Epitome? What? Who's supposed to figure that out? Obfuse. Oh, tragic. Same. I hated some obfuscation. I fucking hate that word so much. That's the one I was trying to. I can't do it now. Colloquially, I did it. Fuck those words. I've been told a lot that I don't have an accent when I bring up. I was wondering maybe like where you guys live, like that area. What if that's the neutral accent, like Siri news reporters accent? Is that where like news reporters and shit come from? I'm wondering because I've always wondered because like Sexcellent's saying like California versus Baltimore, and yet we both have the same like mouth habits. I don't know. You know what I mean? Butthole. But like, it's 5,000 miles apart. That's crazy. So when they were voting to formalize the adoption of the name Canada for that territory, some of the other names on the ticket were Albionoria, Ephisga, Mesopelagia, Transatlantica, or Ursalia, the place of bears. All of those words sound so much cooler than Canada. I'm offended for Canadians. You could be Albionorians or Ephiskians or Mesopelagians or Transatlanticans or Ursalians. You're Canadian. Like, what the? They chose the most boring word. Those are so cool sounding. That would have been dope. I've seen some of the stuff from Gamescom, like here and there. Not a lot, though. Excuse. Accents are now mouth habits. No kills, no. I was born yesterday, okay? It literally jumped up on my lip, like when I went to drink my coffee. Oh, Albion is England? Well, maybe that was part of it, because when Canada was established and being named and stuff, it was word that probably fits right here belonged to England. You know how like they have the money, the queen on the money and stuff, but it's also they're independent. Were they independent at the time? Like what was who? That was like is it a territory? English territory? Please, I really don't know. Like if please correct me. Whatever the word is. Like maybe that was part of it because they were trying to make it Englishy because it was, right? Accumulative. I hate that word. Same. No, it's bad. I have a tongue ring and I have to really concentrate on pronunciation sometimes. I hate them. I think it's just me. Apparently where Hubs is from in Tacoma, it's sort of how they talked. Really? Wait. I just talked really fast and like speak in random voices. My whole life people have asked what my accent is. Really? I talk really fast. I mean, obviously. I get that a lot too. Breakfast. That's my boy. Wait. Europe people, a question. What is Rakzik? I got it with my new earrings from Poland. Is it candy? R-A-C. Wait, what was R-A-C-Z-K? Don't eat it yet. It might be like one of those drying packages. It's a name. It's a candy! It's candy! No shit. I found it on Reddit because that's where I search things because it's a cesspool and I'm part of it. And literally the top post, does anyone actually like this candy? The brown ones are okay. And it's this. Is that it? Reddit did me. Apparently, no. Oh, wait, no. I used to love them during childhood. I forgot about them. Thanks for reminding me. Now I have to quest to do. Do they like them? Little cancers? They're great. Wait, they're called little cancer? Wait, is that what it means? Maybe don't eat that. What? It's lobster tail candy, but also little what? I don't. Some people like them. Try it. Give us a review. I want to know if it's good. It's apparently a lobster tail candy. I'm very Commonwealth. Is that what it is? That was the word I was looking for. Yes. Albion is the alternative name for Great Britain. The oldest attestation of the toponym comes from the Greek language. It's sometimes used poetically and generally to refer to the island, but is less common than Britain today. The name for Scotland and the most blah 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 blah. These names were later. Okay, but like so Albionoria is probably like because it's not Albion, it's Albionoria. Maybe that means like a piece of Albion or whatever. Also, kind of crazy how much England owned at one time, and then straight up, you guys are just an island now. Like, you had Canada at one point. That's a huge chunk of land you just, like, pissed off. Wild. Not you personally, but, like, you'd think they'd want that instead of that little island. I don't know. Wait, is it disgusting? Oh, my God. Oh, okay. You scared me. Literally, Knives, when I saw you say, oh, my fucking God, I was like, oh, no. Is it horrible? Are you vomiting? Lobster tail scares me. I was thinking the same thing. Yeet. Cancer, crab, crustacean. Yeah. Lobster tail candy. I need you to try this. Lobster cancer tail. Yum. Yeah, just like Nova Scotia is New Scotland. Exactly. That's what I'm thinking it must be like. That must have been what they were going with, but they went with Canada instead. Which probably a good idea considering they're not, owned or whatever anymore. I don't know what they are. Is it Commonwealth? Is that the word? They have different flavors. Oh my god, Knives, do you know what flavor yours is? Does it have the little lobster on it? What kind of crustacean is on it? Wait, why did we make crustacean candy? Who did this? They had the entire continent of Australia, right? And they chose to dump all their criminals there, which is wild. I mean, nothing. I love going to England. Please don't get me wrong. It's so much fun. I have so many friends over there. You guys, half of them are you guys, obviously. Like, it's just such a tiny chunk of land. Not bad. What do you know? Like, what animals on the wrapper? Well, that's someone saying the brown ones are okay. You might have got that one, like chocolate. Yeah, like Aberdeen, Washington is named after Aberdeen here. Oh, dude, one thing I learned, David, is we are so unoriginal. Like, moving around the country, that's what I learned. So, I was born in Washington State, way the fuck on the other side of the country. And it's mostly native names. Like, the vast majority of every single area of Washington State, the towns are named after the natives that lived there. And not to put lightly, that all the white people slaughtered and aren't there anymore. So, like, Spokane, Seattle, Colville, etc. Itchilium, Puyallup, go on and on. They're all native names. That's all tribal names or Chief Seattle. That was all names of chiefs and stuff like that. And then the more you move east, it's just copycatted names of cities all over Europe as a greater term of just like, we just copied. I mean, there's literally like, I think there's like 19 Aberdeens in the United States of America across the states. Somewhere along there, there's a dumb amount of Aberdeens. Like, there's so many Aberdeens, it's kind of insane. There's a lot of copied cities like that. Like, there's multiple Everetts out there, multiple Linwood. I don't even know what those are. Probably names of people. Susquehanna River, yep. We have the Squim, which is spelled Sequium. That's a weird one. Austria, Katie? Australia and Canada are commonwealths. Okay, cool. That was the word I was looking for. Thank you. Check Discord. Okay, hold on. That was something I didn't open either. God damn it, Katie. I restarted my PC. I didn't blame anything. I do not blame myself. It had to be done. I'm sad I had to miss out on all these knowledgeable conversations, but I finally get to learn how to make Oh my god, lumpia is so fucking good. I had a Filipino roommate in college, and she would cook for me, and oh my god. I swear to God, we could have no food in the house, and we called it something out of nothing nights. She could make a feast. Lumpia. What's longanisa? Is that how you say they're like little sausages, but they have pineapple juice. Like, they use pineapple juice in the sausage casing to, like, preserve. So it's, like, the most fucking savory, not, like, fruit sweet, but, like, I don't know how to describe it. If you've never had longanisa, it's one of the best. I think that's how you say it. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Knives does not have an animal on his. Hold on, I'm going to open it up. Look at this. Oh, Carmelky Nads. I bet that's like caramel, milk chocolate or something. Yeah. Carmelky? Maybe? What is that? Wowel. Wowel? I love getting shit from other countries and trying to figure this shit out. I love trying candy when I travel. I go buy all the weird candies and try them all. It's my favorite. It is chocolate. Fuck yeah, dude. You won. You didn't get lobster. I'm kind of sad. I kind of wish you got lobster, but oh well. Scotland wasn't actually part of what is now the UK. Scotland was actually part of North America from Appalachia. Wait. Scotland was part of North America from Appalachia land? Really? Here in New England, there's a ton of that for obvious reasons. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. SoCal, yep. That's, like, no shit, Squim is spelt like that. But you say Squim. like swim with a Q. Swim, tons of them. They're great. The only reason I can pronounce them is I grew up there. Like, that's it. No one should be able to pronounce those outside of the tribal members. Like, none of it makes sense. It's so weird. I'm so ready, Theory. Like, I'm at the point where I don't have anything really left to do other than just making sure all my animals have water before I leave. I don't have anything left to do other than just get a good night's fucking sleep tonight, because I'm going to wake up literally at 6 tomorrow morning, just jump in the car and go. Like, it's 16 hours of a lot of flat desert land, and it's just not the funnest drive, but I'm excited. I'm fucking stoked. The most exciting part is, like, I remember last year's Burning Man, and no matter what, it's going to be so different. Like, what I go into this year is going to look nothing like last year. I'm really excited for that. Scottish Highlands, Appalachia. The Scottish Highlands and the Appalachians are the same mountain range, once connected as the Central Pangean Mountains. No shit! Remnants of this massive mountain range include the Appalachian Mountains of North America, the Little Atlas of Morocco, Ireland, the Scottish Highlands. That's fascinating. I didn't know that. That makes sense, though, when you look at, like, the Pangea landmass and shit, but damn. It's kind of a cool, it makes sense as a theory, right? Like, everything's a theory. We can't prove anything, but still kind of fascinating. It's like when you look at the coasts of different land masses and they have identical dinosaur bones that would match up and shit like that. That always fascinates me. I love that stuff. Gloucester. Gloucester? You want to get lobster in Gloucester? That's my aunt. Every time I think of Gloucester, I think of lobster in Gloucester. Gloucester. I do. VR, the Thunderdome is sick. I mean, it's... Where else in the world? It's like Burning Man is a carnival where you get to climb on the rides. I don't know how to put that. When I say safety third, that's a saying there. Safety third. That's the thing. Like, I'm going to climb to the top of it and dangle on it and scream at people to kill each other. They don't kill each other, by the way. That's not how the Thunderdome works, but I'm still going to do it. It's going to be amazing. Next year before Burning Man, you got to hit me up and we can set your camp up with the mesh. Dude, we looked into it and we thought about it for maybe next year or something like that. But this year we were so focused on just trying to sleep well, we kind of forgot. Because last year, like, sleeping in the Jeep is great. Don't get me wrong. It's phenomenal. You lay down the seats and it's perfect. It's literally a bed back there. It's really nice. But right where the seats, like, collapsed down, there was this little concave indent. And I swear to God, my hip bone would land in it all night long. Just my hip bones would just sink into this divot and fucking hurt so bad. So we were like, that was our goal this year. Just hyper focus on sleep well so we can actually do things. Because, man, it was just, ow. Ow. My hip bones are, like, sharp. I love that this year you'll be more comfortable and you can enjoy it more. Going for the first time is so stressful. 100%. And last year, like, the weather kind of put a dampener on it. Because I was talking about this yesterday, but even before the rain hit halfway through the week, it happened before the burn last year, too. So what was really weird about going to Burning Man last year was that half of it wasn't even built when we showed up. Whereas normally what happens is all of these people that build, like, the Thunderdome and whatever, these enormous structures, they actually go a week early. They're out there 2 whole weeks. They'll go out there a week early with their semi-trucks full of all the shit they need, and they build the city. No shit. Black Rock City has been under construction for a couple weeks now. They bloom a city out of nowhere, and then and then we deconstruct it and pull it apart and make it look like no one was ever there. But last year, because the rain, I guess there was rain the week of the build, almost nothing was built. So when we went out there, the playa was almost naked. It was really weird. And like the days of sun that we actually got, people were building everything for the burn. And then the rain hit and it was like just fucked. So it was like, I still had the time of my life. It was my first burn, so I don't know any different. I still had a fucking blast. Like, rain's not going to ruin my time. It's just mud. Whatever. I'm not there to just look perfect and take pictures in front of an art structure, so I guess maybe that would dampen your time. To me, it's just camping. Like, you got to be ready for inclement weather. I brought cards, so I was ready to play card games and have fun, like, indoors. Like, doesn't even bother me. But this year, because that hasn't happened, like, this week right now, this is when people are building stuff, and it's built. Like, it is built. So I'm really excited. It's going to be kind of like almost a second first time. I get to go in and things will be up already, like going into the city, as opposed to like watching it go up. Watching going up was fucking cool, don't get me wrong. Thank you, Kills, I appreciate you. Weird question for you. What's the most Maryland you've ever done? So outside of Maryland, this is probably the most Maryland thing I've ever done that I do is if you have like a sucker or a Tootsie Pop or something, suck on it a little bit and then shove it into a jar of Old Bay and then knock all the loose off and then I just really like Old Bay. That might be it though. Yeah, put Old Bay on everything like it's yeah, that's probably like I have like economy things of Old Bay in my kitchen and I put it on everything. But yeah, if you've ever had those suckers that are I think they're like Mexican, but it's usually like a pineapple flavored sucker or mango or something and then they roll it in chili powder and salt and then they let it dry and then that's part of consuming the suckers. You like yeah, chupa. Is it a chupa? Is that what they're called? Chupa literally means suck in Spanish. Chupa mi grande pene. Suck my big penis. You're welcome. Um, they could be called that. I don't know, but it's similar. Like I just do it on. I made my own because I really like Old Bay, like a lot, and it's a good hit of salt when I don't want to eat something. Send me Old Bay. So we have some stuff. I just swallowed something. We have Zaps, and I've seen Utz, which is crazy. Like no shit, Utz is in our grocery stores now, but it's like the basic ass Utz. They don't have the Old Bay Utz because people in Colorado don't understand Old Bay yet. So I haven't seen any fucking like Old Bay anything, but they have Zaps, which I get regularly, and I got Zach addicted to because Zaps are delicious. But they do not. I have never seen Zaps crab chips. I would please all of you send me Zaps crab. I mean not Zaps Utz crab chips, please. I will eat all of them on stream in front of you. I knew it would involve an Old Bay, but I didn't expect that. It's the sweet savory of it, and it's just like outside of seafood and stuff like that. Like living with someone who doesn't have a clinical addiction to Old Bay because it was probably put on their bottle nipple when they were a baby. Like it just doesn't go on a lot of food in the house, so I just have to put it on things where I can. Like I literally have moments where I get like a violent craving for Old Bay, so I'll just, and there's the craving gone. It's just a momentary like I need that flavor real quick, and then it's gone. I don't know. I'm a little addicted to that. That's probably it. I'd say, like I can't. Other than that, it's just getting made fun of for the way I talk. That's the Maryland. Like, what was it? Butthole. Air nerd, nerd, nerd. I guess, but that's not really Maryland. That's just East Coast. We all talk funny in one way or another. We all got a little fucked up. Something. Gloucester, Gloucester. Yes, Maryland Old Bay is like tagine for Mexicans. It really is. It just fucking on everything. Everything. Like I think it's supposed to be a seafood spice. Put it on your popcorn. Oh my god. Oh my god. Or on your fries, or on your tater tots, or on your butthole, or inside your vagina, or you just fill your mouth with it and inhale it and live it and just be it. I'm fine. I'm fine. It's the same concept, VR. It's just getting that hit of salt and flavor. It's Old Bay. Old Bay, like, I don't even know. I couldn't even compare it to something else. It's unique. What would you compare Old Bay to? Nothing. It's called an addiction. It might be that. You have a Lance Utz factory near my light rail. Oh my god, Mishy, so get this. The town that I lived in, so I lived in Baltimore, but like similar to Denver. I live in Denver, but I live in a suburb of Denver, technically. Same with Baltimore. I lived in Baltimore, like I could put Baltimore on my address. But technically, I lived in Cockeysville. Yeah, I found a name with cock in the name. Sue me. I lived in Cockeysville, and I fuck you not, the McCormick Spice Factory is located in Cockeysville, Maryland. Very bizarre. So is PayPal. I used to have to drive past it every day on my way to work, and I would flip them off. But on my way home from work sometimes in the morning, like 7:30 in the morning, the McCormick factory would be pumping up and the whole city would smell like cinnamon sugar or taco spice or insert spice here. Whatever they were making for the day, it was phenomenal. It was so magical. Like the whole city just smelling like cinnamon for a day. It was great. Super weird. We do not, yeah, don't, I was just being a weirdo. Please don't put food in your nether regions. Ew. Stop it. Don't do that. Nobody wants that. If you pronounce every single consonant, you're a psychopath. No one speaks like that. Literally, no one speaks like that unless you're on the news. I feel like reporters and shit, they enunciate all of their syllables. And we have shit to do. Butthole. It's called The Little Light Saga. It's a mom and dad 5-year-old daughter that play Destiny together. Oh, that's pretty cute. Of course I did. Yes. Best way. Wait. By the way, I can't do vinegar hot sauces. Something more solid is my jam. I am not a fan of vinegar hot sauces. I want a hot sauce that's kind of thick and stays where I put it. Like, I don't hate the flavor. Like, I love a Tabasco in my, like, Bloody Mary or something like that. But Tabasco on food, it's just water. It just, like, disappears. I like it to be, substance? That's the word. Commentators, right? It's that Siri accent. That everything is very, I can't even do it. I'm going to fuck up. I'm not even going to pretend, but everything's very enunciated so that everyone can understand. And I completely understand. But no one's ever had a problem understanding me. They just make fun of me because I say things like sauce. But no one's ever I don't think anyone has a problem understanding me, though. No, not like mayo. Ugh. No, like, more like barbecue sauce. Like that kind of consistency. Like pourable, but not like water. Dude, what up, Fancy? How are you? Cheers, bitch. My nose itches. Wait, did I miss something? I want to tell you I was playing Helldivers 2 and some rando joined my game and was running around the map singing the Dirtman song. I know who's not going to get dragged underneath the mountain where the Dirtman keeps all his dirt. It's that guy. Wait, the town called Climax? Wait, are Climax and Beaver next to each other? Because that's just unrealistic. Do better. That's beautiful. Bird in hand, Climax, Beaver, Blue Ball. I don't know what to do with any of those. That's beautiful. Wait, what? By the way, the person who sent me these earrings, I feel like they put a protection spell on it. It came with pressed part of a leaf. No shit, whenever I get something on Etsy, I feel like there's so much care and attention paid to the packaging. Like, it's real humans who made something so personal. I really, like, I love shopping on Etsy. People are wonderful on there. Excuse me. I'm sorry about that, Rod. A little bit. Maybe. So there's a lot of climaxes then. That's nice. Not very realistic, but great. In Beverly, MA, we have a complex called the Cummings Center. Who thought that was a good idea? In 2022, McCormick collaborated with Pepperidge Farm to introduce Old Bay flavored goldfish crackers. The crackers sold out online within 9 hours. I never got to taste those, but I can make my own Old Bay goldfish crackers. I can put Old Bay on anything I want, because that's the life I lead. Hold on. Oh, shut up. Can I show chat that box knives? That is so cool. This is what I'm saying. No shit, me too. That's me with Etsy. There's a few places on there that I get like crafting materials or I bought things, and I'm not fucking with you when I say they've got me for life because of this. This is the difference between getting something on Amazon and getting something from a real human. Look at this adorable little box. I love this stuff. It's pointless, right? Like, it's pointless, but also it's just a real human being wrapped and tied and put so much of this delicate effort into your earrings. I just think that's really cool. Isn't that cool? This is how everything I've ever gotten from Etsy comes. From anyone. Like, people just put so much effort into it. It's so fucking cute. It's fresh as fuck, yeah. I love this shit. Like, this gets me. And it's, it's making, I bitch about packaging a lot, which is odd considering I'm, like, worshiping this one. I fucking hate when I buy, like, a chapstick and it comes in a box this big. This is the way you do packaging and make it special without waste. Like, you can make packaging super tiny and special and not, like, fucking gargantuan and stupid that it's gonna fill a dumpster. But it's still special and cool. I love that. Good morning, Molly. How are you, love? Wait. Will Katie have a change to meet the dirt man on the playa? I mean, I will become the dirt man on the playa, to be honest. Dirt is everywhere. I've been to intercourse. Giggity. I have a lot of Old Bay in my home. Actually, it's funny story. So I have so much Old Bay, like seriously tons of it. I like get it for Christmas and shit from people because they know how much I'm obsessed. And I filled a mason jar with it because I think I broke like the little, the tab that you flip up, whatever, on the lid. So I poured it into a mason jar and put it up on our shelf of mason jars of spices because we're witches. And I fuck you not, Zach made tacos one night and straight up thought it was taco seasoning and just put a big old tablespoon into the meat before smelling it or anything. Best tacos of my life. Not the way to do it, but they were delicious. Cheers. Thank you, Anubis. I'm sure it'll be wonderful. I'm very excited. Is Twitter broken now? Because yesterday it was YouTube. Cheers. I'm dying. That was a hot hit. Oh, God. Molly, I am well. Oh. Delon, exactly. Makeup's like that. I haven't bought makeup in ages because I have a million makeup palettes and I don't need more makeup. I know I need to stop dying. That was a really hot hit. But like I was trying to look to see if I had anything. But like for instance, a makeup palette that's like this big would come in a box this big. And it's just stupid. It's trash. It's just garbage. It's just waste. I hate that shit. I try to reuse stuff and repurpose it as much as possible without being like a hoarder because it's just so fucking wasteful. I hate it. Thank you, McTaggart. I'm sure it's going to be amazing. I'm so excited. It's just like every day just walking for 16 hours around and looking at art all day. Like it's just magical. It's my environment where I don't have to sit anywhere. Ha! Mishy, I agree. No, that was the correct way to make tacos. It was delicious. Try it one time. I'm telling you. It was really good. Twitter's has been so broke. I mean, I feel like it's maybe once or twice a week that I open Twitter and I start scrolling it and I'm like, oh my God, it's posts from people I follow. Wow. And I actually find myself like smiling and liking and commenting. And then the rest of the week, it's just bots or bullshit from people I don't follow. I don't understand. It's just so fucking broken. I saw someone said the Musk buyout of Twitter is one of the worst financial disasters since something disastrous. I can't remember now, so this doesn't even matter anymore. But it was funny. Fucking stupid brain. It is the only... It's really good. Like, it was shockingly very good. I'd like to do it with pork, honestly. I did Ipsy for 4 years. I'm set for life. And I went through, like... there was a golden era of makeup. For those that like makeup, I'm sure you remember it. It was like when all of like Tati and Jeffree Star and all of these makeup people, Pixie Woo, were just huge, and everyone was obsessed with watching makeup, and we were all collecting makeup constantly, and then the makeup industry fucked us and we all went south on it. I have like 20 palettes, makeup palettes. I'm good. I will never need more eyeshadow in my life. I don't think. Ever. I still have some eyeshadow from like 18 years ago. Collector's palettes, but you know what I'm saying. Like, I'll never need any more, ever. Ooh, you're actually reading the Bell Jar? Dude, you've never read the Bell Jar? Good luck. I don't know what to say. Good luck. Wait, I'm being spicy, so Berserker and Cinder are gonna pop up on one of my tweets any second to let me know they call me. Yep, I see a lot of that shit. Or like, a lot of AI of political shit, and I don't care which way it swings, I don't want to see AI. Like, if you keep retweeting it, I'm gonna unfollow you. Any of it. I don't care which way it swings, whether it's aligns with my views or not, or makes me laugh. I fucking hate it. I unfollow and I block fast. I don't want any of it. It's gross. Tumblr, is Tumblr still alive? Was that it, Knives? Like was it literally worse than the stock market crash in 1919? Was that it? Question, if I may, is there a quote-unquote mostly sober group of people at Burning Man? Literally, yes. Me. In my opinion, like, this is just me, you don't really need drugs out there to have a good time. The place is drugs. Like, it being metaphorically speaking. Like, there's just so much going on. My fucking adrenaline is jumping all over the place. Like, everywhere you look, there's something in the distance that's like last year, I saw a drone show for the first time. And I was totally sober, and it was seriously one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my entire life. Ever, and I don't say that facetiously. Like, I was just riding my bike across the playa, and all of a sudden I see a whale breaching the playa, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then that whale burst into butterflies. I was like, what? Am I high? I wasn't, though. I just never seen a drone show. I didn't even know that shit was real. I would say that the vast majority of people out there are not partaking in any substances whatsoever. For one reason, it's illegal. So even though like weed is legal in Nevada recreationally, et cetera, we're on state land. So you get caught with any substance that's beyond alcohol and you're banned from ever coming back. And so most people don't want to risk that because, like, what's the point? You know? There's a lot of booze out there. Like, camp, you know, there's the gifting culture of it. So every camp brings a gift of some kind. Like, my camp's gift is coffee. Some camps, it's having a hammock to lay in with a sprinkler spraying cool mist at you. Like, there's all sorts of things out there. Every other camp's fucking gift is alcohol. And I don't drink, and I still have the time of my life. Like, I just don't like alcohol. I'll have occasional, like, a social drink, but not my thing. Not my jam. Not into it. Makes me feel like shit later. But yeah, I would say the vast majority of people out there are not on substances. They're literally there for the art and to have a good time. Because you don't need it. Really, there's so much to do. I would say in my entire camp last year of people, only two people partook in acid once. One night. And they, like, microdosed, so I couldn't even tell they were tripping. It's really, like, there's a stereotype of Burning Man that after I went, I was like, wow, that's kind of fucked up. It's a case in point. Remember the end of Burning Man last year? Everybody was like, oh my God, Burning Man's E. coli, people are eating shit, they're setting each other on fire, when really we were just stuck in mud. Like, I didn't even know about these things until we got out of the mud because there's no reception at Burning Man. There's no reception. There's no way to say there was an E. coli breakout at Burning Man. Like, it was just shit made up from the outside because they want us to look bad or something. I don't know. But, like, it's pretty phenomenal. It's truly, like, last year was my first year, and it was crazy to see. They literally build a city in the middle of nowhere, and then at the end of Burning Man, there is, and I don't say this, again, I'm not exaggerating, no trace of a human left over. Because every single person at the end of Burning Man, I'm not kidding you, we get down on our hands and knees, shoulder to shoulder, and we graze the entire fucking playa, inch by inch, this far away from it, looking for human hair, feathers, sequins, anything that was accidentally left by somebody, and you pick it up and you throw it away. And that's the only reason we can continue to do Burning Man, is because we leave it the way we found it. because it's national land. We don't like that's the point. It's kind of it's a social experiment a little bit in proving that people can do this. But it's crazy because when you're there, it feels like a carnival a little bit. It has that same vibe of just like lights in every kind of periph and something different going on, and there's distant music happening in a lot of different areas, and you just kind of have that energy going on all the time. But there's no garbage anywhere. Anywhere. And I know you've been to a fair or a carnival or some sort of thing like that where it's lit. I mean, outside of Disney World where they have people picking shit up all the time, the ground is literally caked in garbage. Just human fucking refuse. Disgusting. I remember I have pictures of this. I went to Oktoberfest a few years back in Germany, in Munich, and the trash cans they had were overflowing onto the ground as a cacophonous mountain of vomit and garbage. And it would just grow out from the garbage can all night long. You go to Burning Man, it's the same wild energy, but there's no garbage. And I never saw, and I asked people if they've ever seen it. No one has ever seen violence out there, which is, it's sad that that's shocking to me, but in my personal experience in my life, if alcohol's involved, there's going to be an asshole who wants to fight. And I guess it just doesn't happen. Because people aren't really going overboard out there. And there's also a medical tent. Like, there are volunteer nurses and doctors at a medical tent 24/7 the entire time there is a burn. So if anything does go wrong, there is somewhere to go. But really, it's camping. At the end of the day, it's camping. And one of the things that, like, it didn't really make sense until I went is the burn is what you make of it. And whatever you make of it is great. Like, no shit, some people that go to Burning Man never leave their camp. They sit at camp and they play cards and they talk, listen to music. As people come back from doing stuff, they ask them what they did out there. That's it. That's fine. Like, there's no wrong way to do Burning Man other than impeding on someone else's good time or hurting yourself. That's where we draw the line, and we're not, fucking. There's a D&D camp that hosts massive D&D games every night. I think actually multiple a day. They do like 3-hour campaigns a day. That's a camp out there. I think there's multiples that do that. Like, there's so many camps out there. If you can imagine it, it's out there. It's crazy. It's so cool. But truly, like, there's no wrong way to do it. I don't drink, and I don't, like, I've never imbibed in extracurricular, like, outside of weed. I've just never felt like, oh, weed's not enough. You know what I'm saying? But also, with the fentanyl thing these days, like, I just don't advise anybody fuck with party drugs unless you're, like, absolutely positive you know that pipeline where it's coming from and it's not cunt with fentanyl, because that is so fucking dangerous. It's not even worth the risk, in my opinion. And I'm not trying to be a party pooper, but, like, find another way, because that shit is so scary. It's so fucking scary. Good morning, Drew. I hope you're doing well, honeybean. Well, Sexcellent, you know what's interesting? So, the celebrities and normies going out, it's last year fucking scared them away. Party drugs are not worth it. 100% agree. Yes, they are so not worth it these days, guys. And I say that as a person who, I love to get fucked up. Fentanyl will fuck you up forever. It's not worth, no high is worth fentanyl, period. But this year apparently has, like, the lowest ticket attendance in the last 5 years or something like that. Because I'm sure you heard the stories or saw it on the news and whatnot. But once the rain hit, there was, like, a group of celebrities that were like, my hair! And they literally hitchhiked their asses out of Burning Man because they were so scared of the rain. Like, the glitter ponies or sparkle ponies or whatever the fuck they call themselves, they left so fucking fast. It was there was Kevin Hart, I think, who was it? There's some EDM person that I'm blanking on the name of was there. Was it Diplo or something? There were a handful. Was it Diplo? Who was the other? There was another one. Celebrity. Do you remember? It was Kevin Hart, Diplo, and I don't remember. There was another one that everyone was talking about that they panicked. And I think that the inclement weather last year may have given people like oh my God, it's not a guaranteed party. I might actually have to take care of myself, and they're not coming. Chris Rock, that's who it was. It was Chris Rock. Thank you. Yes, it was Chris Rock. Thank you, Angel. It scared the fuck out of them, and they all left. Meanwhile, we were all constructing clay penises in the mud, and what was it? Was it bag, sock, bag? Bag, sock, bag, I think, was how you walked around in the mud. It was great. Was it sock, bag, sock? Sock, bag, sock. Sock, bag, sock. the like, you know, celebrities were like, oh my God. And we were all suck, bag, suck, you know, learning how to walk in the mud. And we had a great time. Like, some people are soft. And I think that last year did a good weeding of the soft that, you know, can't handle the maybe inclements. I think we're going to be fine. Actually, I think when we show up, it's kind of chilly, like in the 60s-ish, which will be nice. Dude, the 105. Even the 92. I mean, I acclimate so fast, so it doesn't really bother me. What's crazy is how bright it is out there, because the playa's white. And that stuff, it's like just coming at you from all angles, which is another reason you wear the goggles instead of, do I have them on my bag? I have my goggles back there somewhere. That's my burner bag. You wear the goggles to like keep the sun out of your fucking eyes, because it's like being on a white sand beach or something. It just reflects off of everything. Oh my God, Sexcellent. Well, those people have to be new, because I was talking about this yesterday. The playa sand mud is really, I want to say, alkaline. It's like insanely basic on the acidity scale, and it literally eats your flesh. Like those people that were walking around barefoot, I guarantee that they got a fucking layer of their foot came off. There's no way it couldn't have. That literally the shit happened to Zach. Like a layer of his feet came off. Not last year, because he's smarter than that now, but years ago, yeah. It dries the shit out of your feet, and then it's like conditioner, like hair conditioner on crack. Hair conditioner doesn't like smooth split ends mystically or like bond your hair back together. All conditioner does is dissolve the split ends. It literally eats them, so then your hair feels softer. But if you keep damaging your hair and all you're doing is using extra conditioner, you'll notice your hair feels really thick at the top and really thin at the ends. It's because the conditioner is literally just melting all that broken damage off. It's essentially that, like, exponentiated. And so, like, you guys have seen, I have, I think I packed them, but that's why I get the knee-high fucking canvas chucks to wear, to protect my fucking leg from that dust, because it will eat the flesh off my leg. Like, not in a painful way, it's just gross. It's like sloughing. Exactly. It sloughs the damaged bits off, and your feet are so calloused, mine are at least, because I go barefoot a lot, that it would be like a foot. It's foot exfoliation, but like on a dangerous level. And like, if you're going to be walking 3 to 9 miles every day or riding a bike, I wouldn't want to do that on brand new foot skin. I want my calluses, is what I'm saying. Like, I need those. Right, those chucks, I'm really excited for them, honestly. I got like knee-high socks to wear under them so they don't rub my leg raw. But that's my plan, because last year, no shit, Drew, I don't know if I told you this, it was terrible. I got some nice white boots, like white, you know, like ravey boots, but still functional, not like foam crappy ones, to protect my legs and keep me out of the mud and everything. And the first night, not even the official first night of Burning Man, just the first night we were there, we had just drove in, literally had been awake for like 24 hours or more at that point, so fucking exhausted. But we both were like, we need to stay up until like at least 10 p.m. Otherwise, we're going to fuck up our sleep schedule and whatever. So we went biking out onto the playa first night we got there. And we stopped, we pulled over for a minute, and these were like patent leather, knee-high white boots. Some bitch loses control of her bike, but I don't know, I've seen this happen before where people just panic, and you could be right in front of them, and they're like, sorry, I lost control, I'm just running you over now. She dragged her bike chains up the backs of my heels at the perfect speed and velocity to literally rip the leather off and just rip holes into the back of my legs the very first fucking night of the burn. To the point where the boots filled up with blood and I had to throw them away. It was so fucking disgusting. And she looked at me like, you're in my way, and then biked away. And I was just standing there like, wow, this is a great lesson that no matter where you are, assholes exist. Even at Burning Man. They're everywhere, man. Fucking everywhere. I know. So I had to wear tennis shoes the rest of the thing, and my leg skin to this day is scaly. I like layer my legs in like Lubriderm lotion at nighttime, but to this day from that fucking playa sand, it's like scaly and dry and doesn't look pretty anymore. It's that sand. It fucked up my skin. Fuck! I know, literally tennis shoes. I wore sneakers the entirety of Burning Man last year. DC skater shoes. That's what my Burning Man attire was last year. No joke. And then the mud hit. It was not a good choice. It was not a good choice. I learned. I mean, not a choice, really. I had my legs fucking run over. Whatever. Not a choice. But man, my legs were not happy with me. Like, it's just so dry. Because the stuff is like talc. It's like the playa shit, like the dust, the sand. It's so fine. It's fine, like eyeshadow fine. So it just gets on it. Like, if the wind kicks up and a dust storm hits, put on your goggles, and in 5 minutes you take them off, and there will be a print on your face, and you are like Santa Claus or the ghost of Christmas past or whatever. It just sticks to everything. It's so finely milled. It gets into everything. It's on everything. You eat it. That's hence the hair. This is to protect me from that. There is none, Sexcellent. It's so weird. Other than that, I mean, accidental violence, I would say. I think it was accidental. Bitch. This dust, I mean, it's to the point where it gets everywhere, but it's so finely milled, you don't even realize the places it's going. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's Delicia. I looked up like what's the best material. Everybody said canvas is more hardcore. Like that patent leather's pretty shitty and just rips easily. Those poor shoes. It was okay. You're right. You're right. You're right. I literally. So get this. I actually saved them. I didn't because like the whole burn went by and the rain and everything. Like I forgot about my ankles after the third day. Like I didn't even realize that I had these huge wounds on my feet. So I just packed those boots up and saved them. I pulled them out this year and they were still full of blood.
Fuck you with Satan's cock.
I threw them away. Please don't worry. Hex, thank you so much for summoning the class, keeping the classy alive and giving any swings. Go forth and be consensual in all the ways, because nothing in this world is sexier than pure sober consent, and I fucking appreciate you.
That's so many months, though.
No shit, Sexcellent. Seriously, like, it's so disgusting. I just forgot that this even happened. I reached, like, they had zippers down the back, so I didn't notice, like, the carved out chunk. I reached into the boot to, like, see if I left a sock in there, and it was, like, flaky. And I pulled my hand out and was like, is that rust? Nope. Oh my. Katie, you're disgusting, Katie. Oh my god. And I just burned them. Like. Fucking gross. Well, no shit, Mr. Fox. My Jeep still has dust in it from last year. You can go in the back of my Jeep, like in the bed, and smack it, and playa dust. And I have vacuumed that shit out so many times. Like, I vacuumed it out the second we got home. Literally last year, the day after we got home, I washed my car and I vacuumed it out. And I've done it, like, obviously multiple times since then. And you can still, poof! Because it's just so fine. It just is literally in there. A week away at burning sock. The sand just made it flat. There's a little bit of Burning Man in every person's sand. That's actually like an ongoing thing that burners say, is it's just part of you now. Like, don't worry about it. You can't go out there and be afraid to get dusty or to get dirty. Like, everything we bring out, we literally look at each other and we're like, are we okay with that getting destroyed? Are we okay with that getting ruined? Like, I don't bring my normal clothes out there because it's gonna get fucking playa dusted and that's gonna be in it forever. It's just in you. Is it that time? How do you know what time it is? You've got a perfect internal clock. It's quite miraculous, son. Do you want to snuggle? I know. Diatomaceous sand before is... I feel like I have. Is it that shit that feels... It's gonna make me feel fucking gross to even think about it. I can't. Is it chalky? Is it like... His bladder knows. He really has a perfect timer on his bladder. What are you doing, bud? You want to come have a hello? Good morning. Oh, that's a big stretch, Bubba. How are you? Good? Good. I'm glad. You look great. I'm gonna miss you. But you're gonna have such a good time with Rod. You're gonna have such a good time and you get to stay in your own house. That's the best. That's the best. You're such a pretty boy. Can you see yourself? Do you pass the mirror test? No. I don't care about mirrors, Bob. Yes, that shit. I have, and I hate it. I think I had to add it to a garden or something. Is diatomaceous source, that's something you put in your garden for some reason? Because I feel like I had to do that, and it was gross. The closest I can imagine is when I went to Florida to a white sand beach and had sand with me for months. That's pretty much it. It's just like dust. It's finer than sand, man. I've never experienced anything as fine as this dust stuff. He has great posture. He's a very beautiful boy. Not on purpose. You're just handsome, right? Yeah. Hiding behind my mic as always. I've got a feeling, Bob. I think I gotta go shit. Yeah. Or did you just want to hang out and look at my screens for a minute? He watches TV, so sometimes I wonder if he's watching my computer screens. Yeah, it's made of billions of tiny diatoms, good against ants, apparently. Oh, really? Interesting. To combat insects. Oh. I didn't know that. That's dope. Oh, they use it in pool filters, too. Interesting. Weird. Dust storms. That would be the most that would be probably be the most similar because those happen all day every day. Like we always have some sort of like dust scarf around our neck and goggles, like ski goggles with the UV protection filter on them. You have those on you 24/7 when you're out there because those dust storms kick up randomly at any given time, and if you don't have that shit, you can't breathe. It's pretty bad. And it just coats every part of your eyes. It coats your eyelashes. Like if you've ever seen those pictures of people with frost on their eyelashes, it does that, but it's dust. Just coats everything. You gotta go pee, bud. You're so sweet. You wanna go outside? You wanna go potty? Oh. Okay. All right. First break of the day, I guess. I know he's got great timing. Shall we stretch and get some water? Yeah, let's go outside. All right, quick break. Stretch your legs, get a drink, load a bowl, do what you need to do. I'll be right back. Wear eyeliner the whole time. I actually don't wear makeup while I'm out there, really. The most makeup that's eyeliner, like eyeliner, anything that's like not shadow, just a dry powder formula, tends to have a wax in it, or a waxy base. And anything like that is going to attract the dust. That is, even not in a dust storm, it's in the air. And it's just going to cake on. And I think I wore mascara. Oh, I just noticed my mascara transferred. That's nice. I wore mascara one day last year. And my eyelashes turned white instantly. Just being there. And I was like, nah, I get these. I actually borrowed one from someone last year. Well, borrowed. She gave me one of her, like, they're like face tattoos kind of, but they're gold. And they look just really cute. Like, it's like, like star freckles or something like that. And I did one of those last year, and those stay on and do not attract dust. Those are crazy. That's wild. It's so fun. It's like permanent makeup that doesn't do it's amazing. Those are so much fun. So I got like a stack of those on Amazon. But yeah, anything like that. Like, it's even hard to like put on moisturizer. When I'm out there, I don't bring like a lotion or anything other than sunscreen, obviously, lots of sunscreen. But I bring toner, like a fluid toner, because it's the only thing that I can use that doesn't get sticky or tacky and then just get coated in dust, like instantly. Like these things, I'm gonna hairspray the living fuck out of them before I go out there, because if I hairsprayed them out there, the dust would just, it just sticks. What up, Cocky? How are you, love? Good morning, afternoon, noon, daytime. Stromlin, I'm trying. I haven't had a fail yet. I did the restart on my PC, and it's been fine since then, so I don't know. But Zach said his was acting weird, too. How are you, Slurm? Good morning. Afternoon, daytime zone. Pause. Where's my music coming from? I hope you're doing well, Slurmy. I have chat open double. That doesn't make any sense. You totally could, Sick. Honestly, that could be a thing. Like, if you wanted to be like a post-apocalyptic, like dust-covered creature, just put a glue stick on the places you want it to stick and go outside for 10 minutes. That'd be a method. That's a method. You could totally do that, 100. But I secretly think Rod's got like a fet for being bullied a little bit, for a way of, not a better way of saying it, but also he just makes it too easy. He's the only human I've encountered who hates Dirtman. Like, it's too easy when literally you got to guarantee that everyone in the room's going to be like, oh my God, Dirtman. And one person, for reasons unknown, is going to be like, oh, what the fuck with this song? It's too easy, man. Fish in a barrel. It's got to be more difficult. Thicker skin or something. You know what I'm saying? We're not sure. We're not sure about the... I mean, but what's human, really? We love Rod. It's the most harmless way. I just don't understand how why. It's crazy. Oh my God, have you seen his new tattoo? Speaking of, Rod got a tattoo yesterday. It's so pretty. Like, his tattoo artist does such fucking good work with color. Oh my God. It's stunning. My hubby has a love-hate with it. Love it but hates it as an earworm, right? And I know it's not just me. It's something in our personalities that's probably an annoying trait, but like, when I find out that something I deeply enjoy really bothers someone, I just super want to do it more. Which is horrid. Oh, is that the tattoo? Yes. Oh, I gotta give sword back. Hold on. I always have to unmod. Oh no, I get to just mod you this time. I didn't have to unmod you. Oh my God. I was trying to pull up the tattoo. This is his tattoo. It's really pretty. Hold on. Look at the color. I mean, the line work too. Holy shit. Seeing it big like this, she's really good. This is the same artist that's done the other pieces I've shown you guys, but look at that fine ass color work. I just love it. It's like she knows exactly where to put the highlights to make it really stand out and contrast, but look at that fine fucking line work. What is your, like, what hurts more to you, Rod? Line work or color? Because this line work, it looks ground into your skin over and over. Like, not in a bad way, but it looks like so nicely done that it hurt a lot. I don't know. How do you put that? Oh, wait, there was a video. Did I miss it? Wait. What video? Wait, what video? Oh my God, I did. Hold on. Hold up. Okay. God, it's really well done, dude. It's so nice. Her line work, I really like. I was talking to Rod about it last night and messaging. I was telling him the color work was beautiful, but the line work is so perfect. That's stunning, dude. That's really cool. Like, really, really cool. The line work is so fucking good. She must have a goddamn steady hand. She spent longer drawing it than tattooing it. I believe that. No, it's awesome. I love it. It's like me in Blackstreet's No Diggity, Rod. I feel your pain. Some songs just turn into pain in your head. I mean, literally, I could be bullied with you guys. There's music that bothers me. I can't even think of one now. Like, I don't know. I can't even think of one. There's a lot of music out there that bothers me. I could get bullied with it. It's just, it's not as easy. It's so much easier when someone hates something so universally adored, such as Dirtman. Why did Rod get a tattoo of me when I wake up in the morning? Wait, you have crab legs, but only in the morning? I even mod commented you, Rod, so everyone knows it was an accident. Oh, that's beautiful. Well, it's so rare. The things that bother me bother other people, so really they're not getting suggested all the time, you know? Like, I really can't think of one right now, but there's shit, like, you guys, what's one you guys have, Black Eyed Peas. I fucking hate the Black Eyed Peas. Every song by them is toxic nails to my ears. But, ooh, I don't know a lot of people that are like, you know what I fucking love? Black Eyed Peas. Yeah, let's get in here. Let's get, let's get, you know what I'm saying? Like when a song's main chorus is just the, excuse my language, retarded over and over. Not a fan, and none of you are either. So, like, it's harder to bully me because I universally hate things that are also kind of hated by other people. But, like, Dirt Man? Dirt? No, what is it? Stop it. Do I even want to click it? Mindless self-indulgence? I won't hate you for that. Honestly, that's a polarizing group. That's one that, like, it took me a bit to understand to like. God damn it. It's only fair. Crispy's right. I'm gonna eat one because a fresh tomato from a garden. Are you kidding me? Mm. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Scott. I know. He did heirlooms, dude. They look so cool. Look at these ones. He did the atomics. Remember, I've told you guys I grew these before? They're black. I think they're called an atomic something. And these ones, I can't remember, but I've grown this kind before too. They're so, I know. Scott always has a phenomenal garden. Every year I get some treats from his garden. It's dope. Oh my god, the babies. Oh, he told me about these. I forgot. Oh my god, this is a plant that does this. Look at these ones. I can't remember what it is. His wife told me about them. Look at the itty bitties. Ooh. Oh my god. What's that? Oh, I have to ask him. That's like a tomato berry. It would be rude not to try one. I know, I agree. It takes a lot, especially to grow things that need water here. They're literally tiny tomatoes. Yeah, they grow like berries. His wife showed them to me when she was, before they even had little tomatoes on them, and I cannot for the life of me remember. I'll have to ask him. They're really tasty. It's like a super concentrated, really sweet tomato flavor, right? That these would be so good. I might just eat them though. There's a lot. He gave me so many tomatoes. I'm so excited. Some of them are so cool. Look at that one. I love these kind. They're so sick. The heirloom kinds that just end up all crazy looking. They are botanically berries. True. They're a nightshade, right? Tomatoes? Like some people can't do tomatoes, I think.
Hail Satan, bitches.
I think they do look like little M&Ms. I feel like I'm going to pop them. Turn it off, Willard. There's so many cool ones in here. I know. I have my water. I will. Actually, that tomato was a lot of hydration. These ones are so cool. And they're really good. I grew a black variety one time. They were called black crims, I think. And they grew, I mean, I grew them in Maryland where like water is not a problem. And they grew like this big, so big that they would start to split. They were huge. I know. Aren't they cool looking? There's two of them in there. They're called an atomic something, but I was talking about this, I think a day or two ago. Someone was asking me where I buy a lot of my seeds, and you can get this variety on the website. It's Baker Creek, or Baker Creek, I think. Baker Creek seeds. Just Google Baker Creek seeds. You'll find it. But you can grow this variety. They taste just like normal tomatoes. They just end up black. It's so cool. I love tomatoes. Good. I mean, honestly, I used to hate tomatoes until I had a fresh garden tomato, which my mom didn't grow because she hates tomatoes. There's so many little berry ones. Oh no. Berry down. Got it. 10-second rule. Dude, have you seen a more like quintessential perfect tomato in your life? That's a red. Look at that red. Damn. Nope, I got the floor tomato. I don't think dogs should eat tomatoes because they're a nightshade, right? I don't know. I know they're a nightshade. That one's crazy red, I know. They're all really pretty, honestly. He always has a great garden, though. Really, like, he does a stunning garden. I want to say the people that lived in his house before they moved in did a garden, so he was kind of set up for it, because he has a grape plant back there. Like a grapevine, a grape plant, a vine, that is actually producing grapes this year. I'm excited to see if they actually got some. That tomato's in cursive. Dude, seriously, do you see these ones? They're so pretty. And they grow so weird. It's like it almost is like 3 tomatoes that became a tomato, kind of. They're just gorgeous. I don't know. Me too, especially when, yeah, I don't know. Can dogs have tomato? I honestly don't know. I don't give my dogs human food outside of like a little piece of cheese every once in a while, but yeah, like one year for my birthday, Scott just like made me a loaf of bread. He's quite the homemaker. Some fresh tomatoes smell so good. They're beautiful tomatoes. He really does. One year he tried to do like cruciferous vegetables, and we just have so many moths here and caterpillars and shit. They just got et. Like they were just gone. They just got decimated. That one sucked. Does anyone know who Charlie Benante is? Oh my god, it's the Pantera drummer. That's why I know that name. I was like, why is this name so familiar? Are you guys curious to see him hear the Barbies? What's the Barbie song? The cheese tax. Cheese tax is real. I don't know what that is. That was the one. Hold on, I'm clearing links. You guys gave me a few that I wanted to pull over. Move. No. Okay. Or don't. Just be a dick about it. Browser. I don't know. I think it says the Barbie movie. Hold on, look. I'll show you. It's just, you go to a dispensary and you've never bought before, like a legal dispensary. They'll usually ask how you're going to smoke, which is exactly what I'm going to ask. Like, how do you plan to smoke it? And then it depends on that. No, totally. Bud tenders are your best friend. They're not there to upsell you or try to make you buy things that are stupid expensive or things that are unnecessary or whatever. They honest to fuck want you to have the best experience of your life. I love my bud tenders. Like, I know what I'm going for anymore. But are you just planning on doing edibles? No shit. So you can go in and ask them, like, hey, I'm new. I just moved here and I'd like to get some edibles, but I don't want to like they'll ask you like, what experience are you looking for? Are you looking for like a nightly edible to go to sleep? Are you looking for something to party? Like, et cetera, et cetera. And you can get the edibles that are all over the place. Like you can get like, and everybody's different when it comes to the legal stuff because it's so clean and it's so well, done. So for instance, you see how much weed I like smoke on a regular basis. Like I'm pretty much smoking weed all day. When I take an edible, I take these little 2.5 milligram microdose edibles and they send me to space. Like my skin feels like colors and music. It's wild. Yeah, edibles, it's a totally different high. They absolutely hit different and they can last a lot longer. So I'd suggest just going with some sort of microdose or something. But honestly, what I do and what I feel more comfortable with, because I'm just an anxious person, socially anxious person, is I found a dispensary that I can order online. So I'll show you what my dispensary, actually I can do it on here. Let me show you what it looks like when you order online. And it's just a way that you can shop and look at stuff and you're not really pressured. You're not standing in line. You're not like trying to communicate anything to someone and you can get an idea of what you're looking for, or you can just straight up order it online and then go pick it up in the store. You always have to pay for it for cash in the store. But if I go to, oops. They'll help. They're great. Seriously, they are the professionals when it comes to that stuff. And what's kind of sucks, but is awesome at the same time, is that every state is very state specific as to the brands they're going to have. So, for instance, my state will have brands that your state might not carry, but you'll carry similar items under a different brand name. And then there's some brand names that have just gotten so big, they're cross statewide, like Wild, WYLD is a really good edible brand I've heard good things about. The ones around here are called Canyon something. I think they're just called Canyon, and then it's like Suck It's or Chew It's or whatever, like depending on what it is. But if I go to go. Sorry, there's so many clicks to get there. This is my dispensary. It's cute. Well, it's one of them. They're like a Denver chain, but this is kind of what they look like on the inside. And you stand in line along this wall with like everything they have. So while you're standing in line, you can just sit in the peeksies at all the legal shit. And then over here behind these counters, the walls, it looks like Charlie and Chocolate Factory, like walls of candy, but it's weed in every form you can possibly find. But this is what the menu looks like. So it'll break it down into, for me, based on what I order, but it'll say like flour, joints and infused pre-rolls, concentrates. So that's going to be like your dabs or your like water hash. So that's like if you have some sort of e-nail or something, a dab rig essentially. Edibles is probably where you'd want to go, and then you can at least get an idea of like all the different kinds of things out there because it's pretty wild. I mean, what it usually says 116 different options. That's how many just my little dispensary has. It's pretty wild, and then it'll have like your cartridges and your disposals and whatever, and then you can go see all, and you can categorize it, or not categorize it. What is it? Filter it by like. Right now it's filtered by recommended, by THC high to low, low to high, whatever you want to look for. And then you can just start scrolling. The store is very clean. They're very nice. It's so I do this on my phone and it's just as easy. Their mobile, the mobile version of the app is really good. But then like say you see something like here's wild. No shit. This is one I know is in multiple states. They have these little horns on it. It's WYLD. I've seen these before. You can click on it and then you can look in it and it'll say it's an indica, the lineage of whatever's in it. It's an indica. It's 100 milligrams, 10 per piece per gummy. So it's 100 milligrams per pack, 10 per piece. And then it'll describe it to you, the THC breakdown. And then it'll describe alternate things that you might like. And then it'll have people reviewing it. Because you're in a legal state and it's not illegal to talk about what we like anymore. It's amazing. It's so cool. Like, it's not covert anymore. We can just say what we want to say about the harmless product. It's seriously amazing. It's so nice. This is how I get my weed, because I just want to, I go to the bud, because I don't really do, I made my butter, I'm good. I don't really do the edibles as much. Ghost OFN weed. It's a very broad, is that bad? I love that we talk about 50 million things a day. It makes me happy. Why can't I go backwards? I'll just turn the filter off. Get out of here. Oh, I clicked too many times. I killed it. Normal people to the appeal of Burning Man. Absolutely. Booty Bandit, the appeal of Burning Man, I would say, first off, we have to agree that normal is totally subjective, right? Burning Man, how do you describe it? Burning Man is whatever the fuck you want it to be. And whatever you want it to be is right and the perfect way for it to be. And I don't mean that as a joke. That's literally what it is. I think the main appeal, it is for me at least, I love to play dress up ever since I was a child. So I love to dress up. Going out there and being a fool and dressing up is my favorite thing. But during the daytime when it's 110 degrees and we're all roasting, I'm wearing street clothes. I look exactly the way I look every day, just like everybody else. And I'm riding a bike across the playa to look at the art. That, I think, is the biggest main appeal, is the art. The social aspect, probably, because many people have been going for, 20 years, whatever, so they know each other. People just walk around saying hi. They recognize each other all over the place. But I think the art, is a huge part. And then I think a close second, if not tied, is the fact that there's absolutely zero reception out there. You have to try and put in quite an extravagant effort to have any sort of cell phone reception while you're out there. So the unplugging from society can be quite cleansing. I feel like we get into a state where it's you don't really think to take a picture unless it's something you're going to post online. And out there, it's there is no online. So you're taking pictures for you, things you want to remember, things that are personal to you, stuff. It just kind of, it rewrites your, a little bit. Just a little bit. Stizzy. No, I have not. Three? How do you say stizzy? How do you say it? No shit. I think the vast majority of people out there are, the people I met last year were lawyers and doctors and nurses, and I met a few paralegals. I met some people in sales. I met a few realtor people. The vast majority of, I would say everybody, are just people out there that want to unplug and hang out and go look at some really dank art, because that's what it's really about. The art is huge. It is so, and by art, I'm not talking going out there and trying to understand some Picasso shit. Let me show you. What is it? Burning Man. This was my favorite thing. I pulled this up a couple times. This was my favorite thing when I saw it out there, though. And there's many videos of it. But I would say this was as big as, I don't know. Let's look at the video. You'll see some people next to it. Creature, which had, a face and shit. And you could actually climb up into it. This is the mud, by the way. Fucking nasty. That was last year, for sure. Oh, here's the angel. Yeah, that one. That's one of my favorites. So that was really cool. That was a really cool thing to see out there. But like I said, you see the mud had hit, so things were going home already by that end. But they're just kind of in the middle of nowhere. This was one of my favorites. This is before the mud, and you can actually see that thin-ass dust picking up. But at nighttime, this whole thing would be on fire. It was so cool. Or lit up like it's on fire, I guess I should say. It was so cool, though. And I passed it almost every night. It was just badass. I love to see it. But that's a good example of, again, what the horizons look like out there. So that's the man. Every year the man is different. Last year it was like a honeycomb, like a beehive or something like that. And that's what topples to the ground and is burnt the fuck up at the end of the week. So it was Saturday night, if I remember correctly. That will just be ashed to the ground. And then you leave right afterwards. It's pretty wild. That's a better. Oh, that's a really good picture of it, actually. Oh. Or that's just fake news about the fucking rain. I talk about the octopus thing all the time, excuse me. This is it. What is it called? I forget. Who are you? Tombstone. Does anybody remember the name of this thing? I'm trying to remember. It's got a name, but it's like one of the oldest art cars, technically, at Burning Man, like ever. It's literally been there since the beginning, and its arms go up and down, and they blow fire out of the mouths, and it plays insanely loud music. In the second pick in the middle. Where's Burning Man? Burning Man tickets full. It's got a name, and I'm just spacing on it right now. But it's really fucking cool, and if I could find out the name, I was going to look up a video of it, and you can see it, because it's really cool, but why won't they just... It's not that. Nope. So, Trouble, it's actually really interesting. It's everybody's responsible for their cleanup. And so what happens is, no exaggeration, at the end of Burning Man, like at the end of the week, usually the last day, everybody in your camp gets down on all, like you've already cleared out all the tents, everything's out. Like you've got a clear space. Your square, whatever you guys have for your camp is cleared. Everybody gets down on all fours, no shit, shoulder cap to shoulder cap, and you get about 6 inches from the ground, and you slowly creep across the playa inches at a time, picking sequins and beads and hair and whatnot out of the sand and mud and dirt. And each camp is graded on their campsite specifically. So I am not responsible if some fucking sparkle pony goes out there and leaves a trash heap on their, because everybody has a registered campsite and it's all legal, like legal tendered registered campsites. So they know exactly who the fuck you are and who left their crap. And if you ever do something like that, you're banned. You're never allowed to come back ever again, but you're also fined like thousands of dollars, because the only reason that Burning Man can continue to be what it is because we actually managed to leave it exactly the way we found it, even with the mud, which is crazy. I waited for those scores to come out last year because it was my first year, and damned, I really wanted to go back. And because it's state land, you have to abide by that. Like, there can be nothing. It's a concept called MOOP, M-O-O-P, matter out of place, which is literally everything. So you can't leave anything. Like, you don't brush your hair outside if you got long hair. Brush your hair in a van, something like that. Like, it's very, very meticulous how we keep it that way. It's a beautiful policy, and seriously, the policy is part of that social experiment I was talking about earlier. This all started on a beach in California, and they just had to move it somewhere else because it got so big and so successful. But it's a social experiment in how that you can put up, how that you can, none of that made sense, but you know what I mean? You can literally construct a city in the middle of nowhere, deconstruct it in under a week, and leave no trace. Humans can do that, and we did. Even in the mud, we still did that. It's leave no trace, exactly, Chris, that's exactly it. And I fucking love that. And when you come out of it, you're a little disgusted with the world, watching people just walk past trash on the sidewalk and shit like that. It's a little weird. It changes the way you function. And the point of it is to take a lot of these concepts into the real world. Like matter out of place. Like, don't just walk past a candy bar because it's not yours. Pick it up, throw it in the trash. Who's lazier, the person who dropped it or the person who walks past it every day? You know what I'm saying? Like, it makes you think about things out. And it's, the concept is, you know, bring these. One of the things for me is that I'm always, that I was very impressed by last year, meaning it made an impression on me, was that we really don't need as much space as we think we do. In that, like, I was living in a camp where the only private space I had was my Jeep. Like, we sleep in the back of the Jeep. That's our space. And once I exit the Jeep, there are people, there are other camps, there is no more privacy. Like, that's it. And you guys know I've talked about this before, but I'm a very private person and it drives me crazy. But like, when I got home and I got to pee in not a porta potty and I had like a house, I honestly was like, fuck, we have so much space. What do we do with all this space? I really had a moment like that. I love that concept. Just wondering if the huge official Burning Man was a group effort. So there is, yes, like it was founded by a group of people, I want to say in the 70s-ish, on a beach in California, and it's just grown and grown and grown since that point. Thank you for the resub, Kel. I know, I'm leaving for a week. I know, don't hate me. It's Burning Man. Combing the desert, we literally comb the desert. No shit, that's exactly what we do. And every camp's graded on it. And then if your camp's terrible, you're not invited back and you're banned and blah, 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 blah. But we did great, so we're fine. The point is, don't let the trash accumulate. Like, it's inevitable that things are going to fall off of you. So essentially what everybody does is you have a little baggie. Like, we have those Crown Royal bags hanging off of the steering wheel of our handlebars on our bikes. And if you are riding across the desert, the playa, and you see a zip tie or a feather or a piece of sequence, stop, pick it up, put it in your moop bag, keep going. And everybody does that. Therefore, when you do that inch by inch by inch crawl across, you barely find anything. Like, it's pretty phenomenal. Last year was, I mean, I didn't even think it was that bad. Everybody was like, this is the worst year ever because of the mud. Because we had to, like, pull hair out of, like, caked dirt and shit like that. But seriously, it was kind of phenomenal. Hi, Fowl. Chirp, chirp. I mean, Donna, like, it's within reason, I guess. They want to impress upon you, no, do not leave hair behind, because it's inevitable you'll leave hair behind. But the point is, they don't want someone with, like, waist-long hair sitting there combing their hair onto the playa every morning and just abusing it. So by doing it's inevitable. Like, body hair is gonna fall off of us. We shed. There's skin from humans, dust, whatever. That's inevitable. But I think the point is to impress upon it as strongly as possible, so that's the minimum. Because seriously, after we leave, the state comes in, and from what I understand, they choose a random square of the playa, and they do what we do, and then they grade that square and then multiply it across the playa, and we get a full playa score, and it's random no matter what. And depending on what that score is, depending on how clean and well maintained whatever that square footage is that they check, that determines whether or not we get to come back. So, like, if they found a ball of hair that's sticking out, like, someone literally sat out the back of their van and combed their fucking waist-length hair every day, that's a problem. Like, why are you doing that? Hi, Safi, my love. Unless you hella shave, right? I have to get my hair braided. That's why that's why a lot of people do this, is to maintain the shedding, but also there's no way to really bathe out there, and I wouldn't advise it if you ever went. Anything that gets wet, instantaneously dust will stick to. I knew girls that tried to wash their hair, and the moment the dust kicked up, it caked on, and it reminded me of what people look like when they live in, like, northern Canada, and their eyelashes freeze, and their eyebrows freeze, and their hair freezes, and it grows like icicles, but it was dust. It's so fucking gross. That's why I do this. It's literally a protective hairstyle. It protects my hair and keeps it so I don't have to think about it for a week. It's gnarly out there. Like, highly advise getting it braided if you're going to go to anything like that out there. It's gross. Like, the dust is wild. Like, one of the main goals of Burning Man, I think, like, the past couple years has been trying to make it more mobility friendly for people, because the point of Burning Man is that everyone can come. And if everyone can come and we can continue to prove this experiment of people can leave no trace, then that really proves the experiment. And if you're just saying, like, only people that can walk 3 miles a day every day, or 9 miles if we choose, can come, that's not it. So there's actually, how I talked about so many times, the gifting culture, where there's no commerce out there, there's no bartering, there's no trade, it's all gifting. There's camps out there now where their gift is mobility. So they have golf carts and they have e-bikes. The only restrictions on them is that they can only go over a certain mile per hour. So I think they can only go like 3 miles an hour or something like that. I've seen people out there with those balance scooters. They're like, it's like one wheel and they, it's like, Mrr. I've seen people out there with those. They can only go so fast though, because you run the risk of running people over. They want to keep everybody from running. Bikes are just better, but absolutely there's actually like, it looks like it's like a cat bus that goes around and picks people up at certain times and takes them around. Like they're really working on the mobility of it for sure. I listened to a lot of the radio when we were stuck in the fucking rain last year and learned all about this shit. It was cool. Thank you, Safi. I learned the hard way last year. I didn't braid my hair last year. I didn't do anything to it. And not this was before the rain. I mean, just because we have natural oils on your scalp and in your hair and shit like that, the moment that dust kicked up, it was literally like dumping a bucket of dry shampoo on my head. My hair just immediately froze into this horrible like mushroom form. And if I put my hair against my scalp and tried to do one of these, I could literally get barely like a couple centimeters from my scalp. Maybe. It was so tangled. So I just lived in like this weird top knot the whole time and never took it out. It was horrible. The tooth. Stop it. I was thinking like, I wonder if something's interrupt. I don't know though. Cause nothing, if you have a Phillips, you have a Phillips like I do. The only thing that turns it on is the fucking on button. It's not like screwing a new head onto it turns it on or anything. Mayo has a haunted toothbrush and we don't know what to do. I've seen a full astronaut suit out there. The only reason I wouldn't do it is you'd be so fucking hot. You'd be so hot. Like really, really hot. My hair barely makes it. My shoulders still a fair amount of shed. Same. Oh yeah. I shed like crazy and my hair's barely jaw length. Oh, 100%. My hair is short. I mean, shorter than mine. If it's short, you probably don't super have to worry about it, but you can absolutely still get braids. They're just smaller. Whereas I have enough hair to get these chunky bitches in. But, I mean, like, Zach doesn't do anything to his hair. His hair's, like, a couple inches long and curly. But it's not long enough. Like, it's not long enough. He can take a wet wipe and, like, scrub his head down and kind of give himself a little bit of a whore bath and get the dust out, and it's fine. Whereas my hair's so thick and coarse and just long enough. Oh, my God. It would be terrible bad. Really bad. What did we forget? What did I forget? Don't give me anxiety like that. Not at this point. I'm less than 12 hours from leaving for Burning Man, man. I don't... Like, what? What?! What is it? If it's your birthday song, I didn't promise shit. I said you get to choose what day it is, whether it's before or after Burning Man, and I don't think I ever saw a reply. And if you did reply, I didn't see it, and I apologize. But do you need a birthday song today or when I come back? Because I'm here for either. I didn't forget shit, though. I know your birthday's coming up, bitch. I know I'm not here for it. How dare you? I'm just kidding. Happy birthday, happy birthday. It's not today, but I fucking won't be here. I don't know how to change the lyrics for days from today, but happy fucking birthday to
You. On the 28th. 28th, right? You ever gonna accuse me of forgetting again? Bitch. Let's see what happens when my birthday shows up. Huh? Happy early birthday. It's in 5. Is today the 23rd or that's tomorrow?
Today's the 22nd, right? Yeah, I leave on the 23rd, so 6 days. 6 days. It's quite literally, I mean, man, it is dead center. That is so shitty. So shitty. I apologize. I wish I was here. I'll spiritually be there, though. I'll spiritually remember. A hatched day, not a birth. Well, I mean, you could... Theoretically, the 28th is, again, allegedly the last day VR's mouth touched his mom's vagina. If we want to get technical. But I've known a lot of people who have an egg tooth, and I have a theory that that's how you busted through your egg. Or your sac. It's like, do any of you have one little canine that just sticks out more than the others? Zach does. Just one. Right there. I think that's the egg tooth. I think you were like, Mom. Right? Allegedly. Theoretically. Front tooth. I swear it's a thing. Zach has it. I've known multiple people with it, and it's actually like birds and some reptiles are born with a tooth just to crack through their egg, and then it wears down as they're cracking through the egg, and then when they come out, they don't have that tooth anymore. So I don't know if it's legit, but it's a thing. Egg tooth. It's how you get out of your egg. Chickens have it on the edge of their beak, but they use it to get through, and then by the time they do it, like wears down. It's like it's the egg tooth. I don't know if all birds have it or all reptiles, but some do. I learned about it when I was in school. Yeah, you have one that sticks out. I don't, but I've known a lot of dudes that do, and it's interesting that there's like an egg tooth. I don't know. Y'all got egg teeth to bust out. So like theoretically, I love you, VR. Seriously, I didn't know if you wanted it before or after, but I would never forget your birthday. I would never do that. Thanks, Vex. I tied them into big old braids to protect them before I get out there. So they're lot of bobby pins. But it's like, I've headbanged so much today. They're really in there. They're so long, though. They go to about here-ish. I could actually, here, before we go, I'll take them out, because I got to repin them anyways, because we've been headbanging. They're very loose. You guys can see my full-on, the longness of them. Do sparrows have that? Do they have the egg tooth? Zach, come here and show everyone your egg tooth. I don't have one.
Turn it off, Willard.
Egg tooth! See? Literally half of chat says they have the exact same thing. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's just one bottom canine that sticks out more than the others, and I theoretically think it was to bust.
It's not a canine.
Well, yeah, it's just a tooth. It's that one special little guy. He's just a little guy. Little hands. Cheers! I will cheers you in a moment. I'm unpinning a braid. Really, before I had my extracted dentures, both of my canines were pronounced. Always wanted them to be more vampire. Like, you know, Zach had that, and he didn't. Did you get your jaw broken? Was it like surgery or braces? Just braces? I've known people that had to get their jaw cracked for that, but Zach had that. Were these two guys, were they up? Yeah, his canines were coming out up here like he was a baby vampire. And so they used braces to like yank him down and then squish him into the rest of his teeth. Pretty gnarly. Yeah, it's fucking common. I noticed that. Like, I feel like I got blessed with relatively straight bottom teeth. Most people's bottom teeth look, you know, like bottom teeth. Like a city skyline or something. I mean, I think they can make nests literally anywhere because they build their nests on like cliff sides, right? Yes, VR, that exact thing, yeah. I mean, I think it is like I have that on the top. My top front two teeth, these two, cross over very, very slightly. I don't know if you can tell, but literally every single woman on my mom's side of the family has the exact same thing. Exact same crossover, exact same two teeth cross over each other. There's something kind of sweet about it to be like, yeah, these are the genes I came from. One swirl. Second swirl. Look at them bitches. Look at that! They stayed in so well. I slept on that. I wasn't lying. I slept on this last night. They look so good still. Crazy. My mouth is too tiny for my teeth. I get that. I feel like I have a small jaw for my teeth. Yeah, aren't they cool looking? I got a few spikes right there, but that's honestly, I don't care. The braid itself is pretty cool looking, and it stayed. But see, they're long. Now you know why I had that shit bundled up. I know, my hair, that's literally Vex. That was my first instinct last night. I was like, man, I forgot what it was like to have pounds of hair on my head. I had this at one point, and I cut it all off because it gives me migraines. This doesn't, but having this much hair on a regular basis absolutely does. They're pretty cool, right? They took a while, but they're pretty dank. Well, I mean, Red Dragon, we joke about it, but your teeth truly are the bones you have to pay to keep, and it's kind of fucked up. You made lumpia? Oh my god, are they amazing? Yes, no, I'm taking them out of the buns they were in, Bezabelli. I slept in the buns so they wouldn't fall apart. I'm festival ready. Let's fucking go. I'm just setting my teeth. Honestly, I don't know. I like how white, because I think there's a blue white of teeth that just looks so fake it's gross looking. I don't know. They look dope, right? She did a really good job. My hair, I mean, it's half up, half down because my hair's short, so obviously it can't go all up. And even if you tried, it would have fallen out and it would have been pointless anyways. But got back the hair I wanted to be in the braids because I needed it to be in the braids, and that's what was importante. So now I have braids. Yay, we're ready. Right? Cool, huh? I know. I got to pick the colors, and then she weaves them together. And then I basically sit here and I take hairspray. Demure. Feminine. I've had my hair this long. There, no shit. I used to have my hair longer than this, actually. Hold on. How do I do that? Where is it? Yeah, I totes had my hair longer than this. When I first started streaming, my hair could rest on my lap. It was so fucking long. And I finally got to a point where I was just tired of it. And so I cut it off. And it was almost 5 pounds of hair. Like, it was an asinine amount of hair. It was crazy. I hated it. But yeah, I gotta, like, stroke it very phallically and make it all stick together before I get out there. Demure, delicate, feminine, hygienic. Aquanet. I do. Cheers. I'm like not gonna light shit on fire in this exact moment because I just sprayed a bunch of hairspray in this room, and that seems like a death sentence. But in a minute, maybe it's Maybelline. No, my hair goes to like, see where it's poking out? That's how long my hair is. Ew, this is like plastic. Easy breezy beautiful, fuck that orb in the sky. Am I even hitting it? Yes. And then we fucking touch it gently. Stroke the brain. Stroke the brain. Yeah, no, it's plastic. You can tell by the ends. But it's the main reason for it, Mayo, is honestly because there are no showers out there. And it's honestly a huge waste of water, and there's nowhere to dump it. You have to take your wastewater out with your gray water. You can't dump it anywhere. So most people just do like a nice whore bath with wet wipes and stuff every day, a couple times a day, because you're sweaty, and that's about it. So it's a way to keep your hair manageable and like, safe in a nice hairstyle that it's not gonna get gross and it's tight, and it also keeps the dust off your scalp. The dust is terrible. You gotta take a whore bath and get all whorish with it. Thank you, Reasonable. I know I have to take off here pretty soon. I just figured I'd show you the down braids before I put them back up. These little hairs, my little baby mullet hairs are so annoying. Yeah, I learned the hard way, Mayo, to do this because I didn't do it last year and it was horrid. Are you done? We're all concerned for Lilith right now. Are you, good? I don't know what you want from me. Nobody else heard anything. You're the only one. Literally, dogs on the internet are concerned for you and your sanity. Lovely creatures they are. I return. Oh. Hi, little Bubba. So we leave tomorrow morning really early in the morning, and then we return on. I think we'll probably be home by next Tuesday. Because it ends technically Sunday night at midnight, but we'll be driving all day Monday. Possibly stop and take a nap at a, some sort of hotel or something like that. And then continue on our merry fucking way. Oh, did we protest to the hairspray? You didn't have to stand in it. You're so cute, bud. Do you want to come say goodbye to every... Well, you don't have to say goodbye. Rod, you'll be here with Rod. You get to hang out. I'm the one that has to say bye. Okay, I'm gonna load a bowl really quick because it's almost 4:20. It's our last 4:20 in a long time. So load your bowls, allow us to cheers, and I'll find someone to raid. I am gonna be gone until probably next Tuesday. So, and by gone, I mean like no posts anywhere. Not on purpose. There's just literally no reception out there. So my phone is there to take pictures and stuff, but other than that, like from Zach and myself, you will not see anything. We're not dead. Don't worry. Last year is the worst case scenario that could have ever happened, i.e. being stuck on the playa and not being able to tell any of our loved ones that we're okay, and we were absolutely fine. Yeah, so like, we'll be good, don't worry. We'll be around. We're just going to the, You know. I know, literally I'm not going to see you till next month, which is very weird. Come here, Bubba. Wanna come say goodbye? Oh, that's a good boy. Well, not to them. Again, not to them, just... I'll be saying bye, I guess. My sweet, sweet boy. You're gonna have fine time. I know. You would look beautiful with braids. Look. Oh. Elegance. Demure. Feminine. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, it's a stupid TikTok where someone is just judging women, I guess, or people in general for not being... demure. It's very lame. It's just people being lame as usual, Judgmental assholes. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I'm very, very excited. I know, it's a TikTok of someone just being an asshole, but I can't stop the demure. It's so stupid. They get stuck. I get stuck. I'm stuck now on stuck. I get stuck on something, and then I get stuck on that fucking, like, demure, ladylike, delicate, elegant, some other word I can't think of. Foxy. But on that note, happy 420. Cheers. Drink water, take care of yourself, and don't forget to take your meds for a week just because I'm not around to say take your joy. I need you guys to smile and have a good time, but I will be back in a week, and I will severely miss you. But I'll have so many good stories, and I'll be taking pictures galore, because I actually have a phone to take pictures this year, or a camera, I should say. Hot hit again, oh no. Mindful, thank you. So demure, so mindful. Feminine, elegant, ladylike, predictable, presentable. Something else. So silly. Look up that meme and laugh at it for me. Make fun of it. It's fucking funny. Take care of yourselves. And I mean, man, you're gonna see Rod here in my seat and in my place, but on his channel, and he'll be here with my dogs. So it's just gonna be me gone. So, good luck. I'm gonna leave you with Ezekiel because he's doing mom call, and I fucking love mom call. I'm gonna miss you guys. I hate saying bye. I'm very awkward about it, so I'm gonna say... see you tomorrow? That's a lie. See you in a week. Bye.